has when it comes to crimes.
When you look at the situation that happened in Miami, because if you have a horrific attack on your record and somehow you're in more trouble than what you were then, boy, you can actually get up to life in prison. And this is all due to a—
Oh my goodness, you are so screwed. I can't believe this guy doesn't stop. What's up, Philippines? I am still in shock about the Russian vlogger that caused some trouble in the Philippines and got arrested for it. This guy is just something else. I have never seen anything like it before. We are talking about the Russian vlogger Vitaly, I believe. If you haven't seen the video of what happened, it will pop up right here. It's on my channel. The arrest video followed, which will also pop up right here. And I was like, okay, now we have some peace and quiet from this guy. But no, the story continues, and Atozy did a commentary on it. He is amazing in summarizing all of the videos that are out there. My YouTube feed has been going crazy, and I'm like, I am overwhelmed by the amount of videos that this guy is like causing people to create, because everybody is just like speechless. So he got arrested and he was on video with some officials, and I've seen some pictures of it and like some short clips, but not the whole video. So I would say let's watch it together. If you're new to this channel, my name is Nelly. I've lived in the Philippines for 4.5 years, traveled to 50 provinces, so I know Filipino people, I know Filipino culture, and I want to join the conversation because the Philippines is one of my favorite countries in the world. It's my home. I have my friends there. It feels like my family. So when I get angry because I know how Filipinos are and how much damage this guy has done. So without further ado, let's just jump into it.
This scumbag IRL influencer can now be facing up to multiple decades in prison in the Philippines, all because he live streamed himself harassing strangers in the street, mall security guards, and stealing multiple items, including a mall security bike. Obviously, we're talking about the case surrounding Vitaly, who's an American-Russian YouTuber who was one of the largest prank channels back in the day, who unfortunately lost his mind and ended up serving some time due to horrifically attacking a jogger in Miami.
His mind.
Recently, he came back to the internet, and he's came back to the internet a few times, but in the most recent time, he decided to come back to the internet and essentially be a knockoff Johnny Somali for some reason. And in his comeback, he was definitely not wise when it comes to picking the country to be a nuisance in, the Philippines. I don't know why you would ever want to come to the Philippines and go live with the title Disturbing the Peace in the Philippines, as that is probably one of the last countries I would ever want to have that title in my stream, let alone go around and harass people and then steal multiple items while live streaming yourself doing so. It's like the influencer version of Darwinism. And his actions are definitely catching up to him here now, because he was just perp walked out in front of the entire country.
Yeah, so there was another live streamer that did something similar in Korea and got arrested for it as well. Vitaly, on the other hand, was just like smirking into the camera and laughing it all off and not taking anybody seriously, because he's like, what gets me views gets me on top. I make money from it. So I hope that the live streaming platform Kick banned him. I hope that YouTube takes down his videos, because this is not what YouTube is supposed to be. You're not supposed to go and harass people and also sneak up on women and threaten them to rob them. Like, what the F?
Secretary John Vic Remulla will now make a statement.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat.
Yeah, the smirk he had during his arrest and mugshot, that's completely gone. Dude, he was warned multiple times. He didn't care. He just openly embraced going to jail in the Philippines on his stream. And now he's in even more trouble than what I think he's ever been in his life. And that really sets the bar when you look at his situation that happened in Miami. Because if you have a horrific attack on your record and somehow you're in more trouble than what you were then, boy. So what are they charging him for?
Vitaly engaged in multiple disruptive and inappropriate acts, including attempting to kiss and grab him, trying to seize his service firearm, taking videos of him without consent, mocking other security guards, and vlogging without a permit in BGC. Also, in Vitaly's latest video in BGC, nakita siyang sumasakay ng patrol motorcycle na walang abiso.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so vlogging in BGC, like, it doesn't require permit unless you are in certain areas, which is private property, of course. So you do have to get permission, of course, especially if you're sneaking up on people and filming them without their consent. So please, if you're vlogging, be mindful of the people.
There's just a whole plethora of charges here that can be disastrous for him. They're also
Yeah.
talking not just fully English, they're speaking Tagalong with English, which I
Yeah.
think they call Taglish.
Taglish,
So I had to transcribe a lot of this to actually understand what is going on and then run it through ChatGPT and then have ChatGPT essentially tell me what they were saying. So it's not fully spot on yet, but that's what happens when
Well
we're trying to
done.
break this news. So here we have, I guess, the charges against Vitaly, which aren't 100% set in stone from what I can tell, because he just kind of threw out a lot of the things that happened that they're investigating him for. So first you have unjust vexation, which is engaging in behavior that caused annoyance and distress to others. Then you have
Okay.
alarm and scandal, which is actions that disturb public peace and order.
Wow.
Then you had attempted theft, which was trying
Wow.
to unlawfully take a security guard's firearm. That's a serious charge.
That
is.
is.
Yeah, like, did this happen after my coverage? Did this happen after he was arrested? I don't remember that being on the stream that I
Yeah.
skimmed through. That is a serious charge. Then you have the
We
2
didn't see
counts of
that.
theft if they go after him for taking the motorcycle and the industrial fan, and then also that face mask, but they returned the face mask pretty quickly. So we'll see what they do there. Then you have the threatening to rob an old lady as well. But
Yeah.
what I didn't know until now is apparently if you steal a motorcycle in the Philippines, you can actually get up to life in prison. And this is all due to a newer and stricter law that they put in.
Philippines is so badass when it comes to crimes. I always say I feel so safe in the Philippines because I behaved, and if you don't behave, oh my goodness, you are so screwed because the rules are very, very strict and they're taking things very seriously.
Place around 2016. Now, will he get life in
Wow.
prison? There's no way. But the fact that you would even go to a country and do something that can give you a maximum of life in prison is insane. I am seeing multiple locals say that he could be facing up to 24 years in prison, as it's up to 12 years for each of the counts of theft there. And that's just the theft cases alone. And then you have all these
Yeah.
other charges up here as well. So, will he get this amount of time?
There's also
Probably
harassment.
not. But I don't think he's going to just leave the country next week, to put it lightly.
No, I don't think so
It seems
either.
like they very much so want to charge him. So then they go.
Okay, quick stop here because I have seen news taglines where it says Vitaly did not get deported, and people were like, what? Why is he not getting deported? The reason behind it is that if he gets deported, he can just move on. If he becomes a persona non grata, he cannot enter the Philippines, but he can do some damage in other countries as well. On the other side, if he has to stay in the Philippines, he actually has to go to court and face the charges that were made against him. So this is the smarter version of doing it. So instead of just saying, okay, not our problem, whatever, he just has to leave the country. No, big punishment for Vitaly is waiting. So, oh my goodness, like this guy is just, I don't think he was aware of like what he was doing. Like something is going on in his head. I just have no other explanation for it. Like one of my assistants messaged me, is he on drugs? And I said, no, he's just mad in his head. That's all.
Go on to say that
Maybe he was, I don't
charges also stem from incidents where Vitaly is seen grabbing a security guard's hat, attempting to seize another guard's firearm, and threatening to rob a woman in Bonifacio Global C. Now, Secretary Ramola, who is the guy that essentially had him perp walked out there in front of the whole country, now he said that Vitaly will not be deported immediately, but will remain in the Bureau of Immigration Detention Facility to face the charges filed against him. He also emphasized that no special treatment
That's
will
what
be
I say.
given, stating that we're done with foreigners who only insult Filipinos. This is an
Yeah.
example that we are serious here in our country, and we
Wow.
won't let them belittle us. And they also stated that authorities are
Yeah.
seeking Vitaly's cameraman, who may also face charges for enabling a commission of crime. This is a stark
That's
contrast from what we've
insane.
seen Japan do with Johnny Somali, and now maybe even South Korea with Johnny Somali, as they seem to be playing way more softball with him there. In the Philippines, they're not messing around. They had him perp walk down in front of the whole country within a week of an arrest. Within the week of him doing it, they arrested him right away. They arrested him
Wow.
2 days after my video on him. They arrested him on the 3rd of April. Now on the 7th of April, they're having him perp walked out in front of the entire country saying, hey, we're gonna make an example out of this guy. This is not okay. This is crazy. Why, as an influencer, would you ever go mess around and do this kind of content, especially not in your home country? Fair enough if you actually understand the laws of the place that you're in, but still, please never do stuff like this, because again, I want to live in a
No.
world where I can walk around in public without having to worry about being harassed by an IRL streamer. Is that so much to ask for? And I feel like
Exactly.
everyone in the world deserves that very basic right. If you're out in public, you shouldn't have some
Yeah.
IRL
Okay, we do live in a world where there are like so many influencers and everybody's out with a camera, with a phone. And Philippines is actually a very content creator friendly place. Even when you go to the park, you can see people live streaming, doing TikTok videos, vlogging. So it is actually a very accepted form of leisure activity, I would say. But still, like going around and harassing people, threatening them should not be the norm. Like this has to be taken seriously, in my opinion. This is not something where it's just like an outro in just like, oh, just in a matter of 1 week, people are mad and then they forget about it. Like they say, we need to make an example of this so that this doesn't happen again. It is really, really bad for Vitaly. He definitely probably didn't think of things going this far, but like I said, in the Philippines, they don't mess around.
You shouldn't have some IRL streamer harassing you to try to get some sort of reaction so they can monetize it for their live stream. It's just not acceptable. But continuing, it says Vitaly's actions have drawn significant criticism and authorities are committed to ensuring accountability for his conduct in the Philippines. Here's a little snippet where he says that Vitaly has to take accountability for his own content.
People have to take responsibility for the content they create.
Yeah.
It is not a license to shame or to hurt or to besmirch anyone. A vlog ang social media ay may kaakibat na responsibilidad.
But then Vitaly gets in trouble during the press conference because for some reason the dude just can't stay serious even though his freedom is literally on the line here. Bro's freedom is literally at stake. And speaking of the other stake, he's also now banned from Kick.com. So that stake deal
wow.
is gone. He has officially been 404'd as he was so worried about becoming.
He
Before we
is
give
not on top
our
anymore.
Next question. May I just remind Mr. Vitaly to respect the secretary while he is speaking and not say anything or gesture anything that is out of the ordinary. Thank you so much. So
Wow.
may we call on Mr. Rambo from DZXL?
Oh boy, that is the stare of a man who wants to put you under the prison.
Wow.
Vitaly is in for a rough time. Who would have known that harassing people and just making an absolute fool out of yourself and I guess the platform that you represent would get you banned? I feel like it's pretty obvious, but I guess people need to be made examples of so others will learn. Because at the end of the day, no one wants this, and not even Kick wants this, because Kick does not want to
Yeah.
risk being banned in a whole country.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
just gonna quickly ban and get rid of whatever streamer that causes a commotion like that. But then a journalist
Yeah.
asked if Vitaly
I'm pretty sure that Kick released a public apology to the Philippines or like the officials directly because they're like, this was not our doing, this was him doing it, and we took some really serious measures. We banned him from the platform for a lifetime. So, wow! Going from being on top to losing everything.
is allowed to
Crazy.
speak.
Good morning, Secretary Jess Cruzat from ABS-CBN News. May I ask if Mr. Vitaly is allowed to speak?
No, not today. Only
No.
in a formal inquest.
All right. Okay.
I mean, you could see Vitaly's disappointment there. This is such an insane situation that's just so incredibly self-inflicted, like so many of the other stories that
Yeah.
we cover. Why would you ever do this to yourself and to other people? But something I was not expecting was being credited by the police for arresting him or for finding out about this. Because here a day ago, the Taguig
Wow.
City police station posted criminal charges filed against YouTuber Vitaly over viral BGC incident. The Taguig police station has taken swift and divisive action in response against a viral video involving Russian-American YouTuber Vitaly, who is now
Wow.
facing multiple criminal complaints following an incident at Bonifacio Global City that drew widespread public outrage. Authorities immediately launched an investigation after receiving reports from local residents and security personnel
Yeah.
who allegedly harassed the foreign content creator. Police gathered statements, reviewed complaints before the city's prosecutor's office on April 3rd, 2025.
Wow.
They also coordinated with hotel management and local establishments in the area to secure evidence and ensure accountability. The incident stemmed from a video posted on April 1st, 2025 by the YouTube
Wow.
channel Atozi titled "Scumbag IRL Streamer Destroys His Life in the Philippines Live." That title aged very well now. Was not expecting to see my video in an official police statement though. I I just saw his live stream and I was like, there's no way this guy's this stupid to be doing that there. So I made a video on it. The video, which...
And also, I mean, Atozy just called him scumbag IRL, not even mentioning his name, and it went crazy viral. I think this video got 1 million views within 1 day. It's like triple viral by now because he does this like whole commentary on what happened, and he does a really good job with it. And kudos to the Taguig police for just like evaluating what happened and what other people think of it. Because me as a foreigner, him as a foreigner, who I don't know if he has ever been to the Philippines, but he's like, this is not okay. Like, this should not be allowed, and this needs to have some consequences.
Reached over 600,000 views, shows Vitaly aggressively approaching and filming people in the street in Taguig. Vitaly, 32, was reportedly staying in a hotel in Fort Bonifacio during the visit. On March 31st, around 11 a.m., he was seen walking along Bonifacio High Street where the incident took place. He was caught on video confronting several individuals while making live streaming content for social media. According to reports, these affected include security guards and workers in the area. One guard said that Vitaly forcefully pulled his ID from his neck. Another worker said that the YouTuber took his hat without permission, while a third, also a security guard personnel, claimed that the foreigner tried to grab his service firearm. Yeah, okay, so I mean, that is a serious charge. Recognizing the suspect's foreign nationality, the Taguig police also coordinated with the Bureau of Immigration to determine possible violations of immigration laws. A formal request was sent to the BI for updates of the YouTuber's current status for guidance and further action. Taguig authorities have issued a strong reminder to all visitors and online content creators to respect local laws, warning that actions meant to harass or humiliate people, whether it's on camera or not, can have serious consequences. The Taguig...
Yeah, as a matter of fact, wherever you go, you are a guest in the country. You have to follow the laws. You have to respect the people and the culture. You cannot just be above the law and just think, okay, I can do this to anybody because who cares, right? People do care, and you see how much they care.
City Police Station assured the public that they're continuing to monitor the case and are committed to protecting residents from similar incidents in the future. I mean, shout out the Philippines for handling this so quickly. And also, like, this should definitely not scare anyone from going to the Philippines because they want tourism there. They just don't want people to be live streaming and harassing people in public. It's very easy to go visit a country and not act like Vitaly. That's crazy being in an official Filipino police statement. Shout out to all my Filipinos. I love you guys. I'm currently in a different setup, as you can see, because I'm currently traveling to go to yet another crazy influencer trial. I guess we just do that now. I've had a lot of fun doing it. So here we're going to another case tomorrow, and I have to get...
Okay, if you want to see some positive coverage of the Philippines and actually get to know the Filipino culture, the kindness, the beauty of the landscape, the islands, and everything, please check out my channel, Nelly's Life, because this is how you do content, in my opinion. Because I go there and I'm just capturing what I'm experiencing, and I do make an effort to spread kindness and positivity, and I get that same in return. So it is an amazing country worth visiting to, and I hope that people are not getting scared to visit the Philippines because of one stupid influencer that did it the wrong way. Trust me when I say you will have memories for life, and it will make such a huge impact on how you think about life in general after visiting the Philippines.
Up at 5 in the morning. It's currently at 2:41 a.m. So I won't be getting too much sleep because I have to drive for a couple hours tomorrow to get to this court case because it is in the middle of nowhere. But hey, if this video gets like 75,000 likes, I might fly out to the Philippines as well to go to Vitaly's trial. But other than that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And yeah, drop a like on this video so maybe I can go to the Philippines as well. Peace.
Okay, let me just like his video. I want to see him go to the Philippines, and maybe he can do a real video on how he experiences the Philippines, not just go on the trial. But wow, what a case! I received so many messages about this case, and people are like, actually Nelly, there are some other incidents that you should cover, and I might cover another video, another vlogger that I personally believe is not doing a great job in terms of how he portrays the Philippines, specifically covering how he treats women in the Philippines. Yeah, might do that because you saw how angry and outraged I was about Vitaly's behavior, and I got even more angry when I know that females are taken advantage of and really just used for views. So definitely actually want that to end as well. On that note, if you haven't seen the other videos, please check them out. They're on my channel. Subscribe if you want to learn more about the Philippines. I do reactions about fun content as well, such as pop culture, what is currently going on, food in the Philippines, history, economics, whatever I can think of, I cover it on my channel. So if you're new, please subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, also feel free to share it with your friends, and check out my other channel, Nelly's Lab, like I said, where I travel and actually show how I experience different cultures and capture it in a positive way. That being said, I'll see you guys next time here on What's Up Philippines!